Welcome to the Creator Podcast, where we explore the limitless potential of the human spirit. This podcast is all about reminding individuals of their innate ability to create and manifest their dreams in all aspects of life, from personal growth and relationships to business and entrepreneurship. As human beings, we have been gifted with the power of creativity and imagination, and it is our mission to help you tap into that power and unleash your full potential. Join us as we embark on a journey of self-discovery, empowerment, and inspiration. Let's unlock the creator within.
Thank you for listening to the Creator Podcast. Appreciate you being here with me today. It's really easy for me to get up here and to speak and to talk about neurological filters, unconscious habits, and all these things that, quite honestly, I'm passionate about. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. I'm not obsessed with looking in the mirror and going through it and learning harsh realities about myself. I am obsessed with it, but sometimes it's difficult, for me at least, to go through and to relive some of the things that I experienced as a child. And some of those things I'm going to share with you right now on this show and go deep into it. But I want to give you an idea of what happened. This weekend, I was confronted with an opportunity to speak to someone that is very close to me. And as I was speaking, I found myself not giving the whole story. Kind of just skirting by. I didn't want to hurt this individual. What I later found is I really didn't want to hurt myself, but I didn't want to hurt this individual. And so I kind of skirted around some of the details. Now, I've done this before. I'll admit. I've kind of beat around the bush in essence and not really given the full, authentic Jesse. I've been working on that. And so, after experiencing this hurt that I had caused, I went back and started to reflect. And I utilized some of the same coaching things I coach other people to do. I went and did myself. Right? A good coach implements the same things, right? What I found was there was what I call a secondary gain. There was a secondary emotion that was hiding behind me beating around the bush. And what that was protection for me, to keep myself safe. So by not giving the whole story, not truly opening up and expressing what was going on and what was happening in that moment, I decided to give into an unconscious filter. I was consciously aware of the decision I was making. Don't excuse that. But I fell into the same habits as if all the work and all the things I'd ever done didn't really matter. And that's interesting. So as I went through it, I laid back. I asked myself, when's the first time I did this? When's the first time I felt this way? And I allowed my unconscious mind to really dig deep and to determine that. And the vision, the idea that was flashing in my mind was me as a 11-year-old in 5th grade. I was in Mrs. Rosenloff's class. And she had this door, or these windows outside the school you could see outside. And it caught my attention that these two teenagers, probably 17, 18 years old, up to no good. You could tell there was something wrong. You could feel that energy. They're running towards the school. And I'm looking out the window, and I thought I had saw a gun. Saw a flash of silver. Naturally, I'm a very instinctive person. My instincts kicked in, and I ran up to the teacher and said, there are people coming onto the school property with a gun. They are running towards the school. They put the school in complete lockdown. Parents were nervous. Kids were scared. This was back in 2001, World Trade Center time, right? There's all this panic and everything already. There's all this fear. So here I sit, telling my teacher in this moment, and the school's on lockdown. Well, guess what? What I thought I saw, which was a gun, wasn't actually a gun. It was a pocket watch. And there were a lot of teachers, students, parents upset. My dad was embarrassed. How could you lie? How could you make up a story like that. In reality, I thought I saw what I saw. I was just working out of instinct. And so I'm asked all these questions. I get called into the principal's office. I'm investigated, in essence, by the local school authority. And I'm sitting there, and the resolution to all of this was, we need to make Jesse apologize to the school and to the parents. Okay, well, what did I do? I had to stand up in front of a school assembly, special assembly called for this moment to apologize to the students because what I thought I saw wasn't true. There's some other things psychologically that I experienced as a kid. When I'd open my mouth, I got thrown through a wall. I got thrown into the car and hauled off to a boys' ranch. Fear. That's all that was installed in my house. In my environment was fear. And it broke me down. So I started to beat around the bush, not really be 100% Jesse and authentic and allowing my intuition. I capped my intuition because of this fear. And at the end of the day, there was a secondary gain there. What? It was to protect me from being ridiculed and embarrassed again. So I found myself this weekend as I beat around the bush. Well, my cards were called. There was no more bluffing. And this person realized what I had done, and I had hurt this person tremendously. I wanted, with all fiber of my being, to be completely honest and just explain what was happening. I wanted that. Deep down, that's the end goal, the desire. But unconsciously, I could not. I just couldn't. I operated in a way that was the 11-year-old Jesse. I'm now 32 years old. And you see, some people will say, oh, this is just the way you are. I don't believe it. I believe that you can change that. And it's a conscientious decision to make that change. Is it difficult? Absolutely. Anytime you're going against what is a habit, it can be difficult. And so here I sat, hurting people I love because of this filter. Now, there's two parts to this. Number one, I've got to get rid of that filter. I've got to come to terms with it and adjust and make the necessary changes. I've got to put myself into a new environment as far as making that change. But then also, the damage that's been caused, I've got to now be aware of that and go fix that, repair it. That's what this show's for. Someone recently reached out and said, I'm broken, but that means I get to be fixed. And I thought that was really, really insightful, empowering to recognize and say something. I don't care what you're going through. I care about why you're going through it. Maybe it's the fact that you have these filters and these assumptions and these perceptions that, just like me, you made this decision. Maybe it was an unconscious decision, or maybe there was a secondary gain. Therefore, you picked the decision even though deep down inside you know you wanted to make the other decision. But you just felt handcuffed, tied to something that you couldn't let go. Maybe that's the case. And if that's the case, I'm sorry, but I care about the why. There's a reason why you're doing what you're doing. The show is more or less for me. I created this to kind of vent and to express. And with the love of everyone around me that's been listening to this show, I'm greatly, greatly appreciated and humbled. But I want you to know that you're not alone. There are decisions and things going through your mind that maybe are generational, maybe things you didn't even know. It was just how you accepted reality coming into this world. Maybe you went through trouble as a child at birth. Maybe in the womb, your parents, there was things that were, conversations that were having that you could hear that unconsciously made you feel unwanted. I don't know. But there's reasons behind it. Once again, I don't care what you're going through. I care about the why. Why you're going through it. Why are you doing this to yourself? Because you do have the opportunity to create whatever it is you truly want inside. You are a creator. You're created in the image of the Most High. Maybe that's God, maybe that's energy, whatever it is, you're created in it. I know it's God, and I know that you are a tremendous human being with so much capability. And as you become more aware of what's going on in the inner workings of your brain, the more opportunity you'll have to change and to become what you truly are destined to become, which is a creator. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Appreciate you being here with me. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you for tuning in to the Creator Podcast. We hope that you found inspiration and insight into your own creative potential. Remember that you are capable of achieving greatness in all areas of your life, and that the power to create lies within you. We encourage you to take action on your dreams and to never give up on your journey towards success. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave us a review and share with your friends and family. And as always, keep creating and never stop exploring the endless possibilities of what you can achieve. Until next time, this is the Creator Podcast signing off.